Hello Pokemon fans and friends! Today I want to talk to you about a very important subject, move timing. If you're watching someone play Go Battle League or watching competitive play Pokemon, you may hear a streamer or caster say something along the lines of, "Ooh, they didn't throw on good timing," or they let a fast attack sneak through. But what exactly does this mean? And I know this is actually crazy because nowhere in the game itself does it actually say anything about, hey, by the way, did you know that Sucker Punch is a 2-turn fast attack? So we're going to actually break this down in this video, and we are going to talk about charge attack timing. Pokemon Go is a turn-based game, and every turn takes 0.5 seconds. There are 1-turn attacks, like Dragon Breath, that take 0.5 seconds per attack, 2-turn attacks, like Shadow Claw, that take 1 second per attack, 3-turn attacks like Bubble that take 1.5 seconds, 4-turn attacks like Volt Switch that take 2 seconds, and then one 5-turn attack that takes 2.5 seconds, and that is Incinerate. I will quickly include this chart so you can take a screenshot and it may help you during your battles, but let's actually break down these by attacks. So let's break down one of the most common attacks in the game, a 2-turn attack. Unfortunately, against 1-turn attacks, the damage will always go through, as 2 1-turn attacks equals 1 2-turn attack. Here is a list of the 1-turn attacks and the likely Pokemon you will see using them in the Open Great League format. Certain Pokemon, like Lantern for instance, can actually learn multiple viable attacks, so you may see certain Pokemon multiple times through the video. It's important when you're battling to pay attention to the animation of the opposing Pokemon to identify its move. And if you hate the fact that the move will always go through with 1-turn attacks, man, I hate to break it to you, but with 2-turn attacks against 2-turn attacks, it is also the same. This is because, as you can see, each of the attacks are the same turn duration. So, not much to report here, except that there are many 2-turn attacks in the game of Pokemon Go, and also many Pokemon that may be using them. Some things to note from this video are Pokemon like Hisuian Quillfish and Roserade, for instance, can both learn Poison Jab and Poison Sting, so I put them in the middle here. And then there are also many other 2-turn attacks that currently don't have as much use in the game right now, though I do want to highlight that Thunderfang has gained some popularity, especially with the Steel and Ground type Pokemon Steelix. 2-turn versus 3-turn attacks is where it starts to get a little bit interesting. 2-turn attacks take 1 second, and 3-turn attacks take 1.5 seconds. So you want to throw your attack at a point where you are giving your opponent the least amount of extra energy. Therefore, throwing your charged attack after 1 fast attack, 4, 7, or 10 only gives your opponent 1 turn each time you throw. Here is a list of 3-turn attacks and the Pokemon who use them in Open Great League. And of course, here is the list of the additional 3-turn attacks that are currently in the game, though maybe not currently as popular in competitive play. If we take a look at footage from the 2025 Special Championship in Sevilla, Spain, we see a great example of the champion HK Assassin using 2-turn attacks. Serperior with Vine Whip, Shadow Swampert with Mud Shot, Unnovan Stunfisk with Thunder Shock, and Tinkaton with Fairy Wind. You see in this Winners Finals matchup, HK Assassin gets his Serperior matched up with Gastrodon, which is running the 3-turn attack Mud Slap. It's already a great matchup for the Serperior, and HK Assassin takes full advantage, counting all the way up to 7 fast attacks before throwing his charge, which is optimal timing and does not let an extra Mud Slap go through. Turning our attention to 2-turn versus 4-turn attacks, it can get a bit more tricky. You don't want to throw on what we call alignment, such as after 2 attacks, as you see here, because it would allow a whole 4-turn fast attack to sneak through, and that is so much energy given to your opponent. Therefore, the best time to throw against 4-turn attacks are either after 1 fast attack, 3, 5, or 7 fast attacks. There currently aren't too many 4-turn fast attacks in the game. However, Pokemon like Charjabug or Magnezone, for instance, running Volt Switch, have recently been quite popular in competitive play. Going back to the winners finals, HK Assassin gets that trusty superior lined up against Patoman's 4-turn attacker Charjabug, that is running Volt Switch. He goes for 3 Vine Whip fast attacks before throwing his charge attack, which is a little bit of overkill, but it ensured the victory. Lastly, let's discuss 2-turn versus 5-turn fast attacks. 5-turn attacks take 2.5 seconds for each fast attack to go through. The fast attacks take time, but they're very powerful, and having an extra Incinerate sneak through can prove very damaging for your game. The optimal time to throw against a 5-turn attack as a 2-turn attacker is after 2 attacks or 7 fast attacks. However, sometimes this might not be possible, and getting any damage off is better than fainting with your attack loaded. So suboptimal timing, but better than nothing timing, is after 1 attack and after 4 attacks. There is currently only one 5-turn attack in the game, and that is Incinerate. Here are a couple of Pokemon that you may see use it in the Open Great League. In the Grand Finals reset, HK Assassin had many opportunities to put his 2-turn attackers up against the 5-turn attacker Talonflame with Incinerate. Notice in these cases, HK Assassin's move timing allowed him to get off charge attacks without letting that 5-turn Incinerate go through. On the flip side, let's just show also a quick example of how not optimally timing could prove costly. A few times in the matchups, HK Assassin was forced to throw on suboptimal timing either at 1 fast attack or after 4 fast attacks. While these aren't the most beneficial, they also aren't the worst timing either. However, you can see that the most of the Incinerate damage goes through onto his Pokemon. So that's the nuts and bolts of optimal charge attack timing when you are playing a 2-turn attacker. Just a quick refresher, in the 2 versus 1 and the 2 versus 2 turn, it doesn't matter as much as your opponent will always get an attack through whenever you throw an attack, unless you guys are throwing at the exact same time. For 2-turn against 3-turn attacks, you'll want to throw your charge attack after 1, 4, 7, or 10 fast attacks. For 2-turn against 4-turn, after 1, 3, 5, or 7 fast attacks. And for 2-turn against 5-turn, the optimal time to throw your charge attack is after 2 or 7 fast attacks, and suboptimal timing after 1 or 4 fast attacks. Another thing to note is an extra level of math that we haven't really discussed in this video. If your opponent swaps in a different Pokemon, reduce their turn total by 1 turn. And in the same vein, if you swap out and swap in a new Pokemon, add 1 turn to their total. And that's it. That's 2-turn attack timing 101. I hope you found the information in this video useful and maybe will help you continue to improve in your Pokemon journey. If you have any additional questions or comments, feel free to drop them in the comment box below. And I guess we'll see you in the next video.